If he doesn't do the one test, he can feed every single one of North Koreans for an entire year. Starvation is a torture. It's the harshest form of torture is a starvation. That is what he's doing. He's torturing 25 millions of human beings on purpose so he can be a god in this 21st century. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park. I am a North Korean defector, human rights activist. So today, thank you for choosing me to tell you what is happening inside North Korea. Many news has happened and some of them were very shocking. First news was that Kim Jong-un publicly admitted. He rarely admits this, but he did this time. It was too hard to hide. At least 10 million of North Korean population, so out of 25 million, is severely malnourished. They are starving and dying from starvation in this 21st century. Kim Jong-un acknowledging that in the international stage, that was a rare event. But after doing that, he internally declared the war against, what do you think? Against K-pop. He said anybody watch K-pop can result in the concentration camp, political prison camp, and even execution for watching a foreign information. Just mere K-pop is getting your life killed in North Korea. But this is also explains why the people are starving, because Kim Jong-un is, instead of thinking about feeding his population, he's thinking about how to control people. That's all they care about, controlling people. So now, with this kind of another famine began in North Korea, Kim Jong-un is busy catching people watching K-pop. And not only that, Kim Jong-un also announced that he's willing to go have a confrontation with the USA and also offer a dialogue. And I will say why Kim Jong-un does this. So before I talk about this US relationship with North Korea, I want to unpack more on famine, why North Korean people are starving in this 21st century. This famine is completely man-made. Kim Jong-un, even he was blaming the typhoon that happened last year. But the thing is, he can buy food. He can import food. That's the thing. From 2017 till right now, 2021, 4 years time, North Korea conducted around 30 different missile tests. Long, short, mid-range, and even hydrogen bomb tests. So each time on average, one missile test, guys, costs the money that he can feed entire 25 millions of people's food 1 year. We do one test. If he doesn't do the one test, he can feed every single one of North Koreans for an entire year. So if during that 4 years, he chose to cut down that spending in the military, he could have fed every one of them. But he didn't do that on purpose, because for them, for Kim Jong-un, we are not even human beings. It's much better for him, easier for him to control us if we are on the starvation mode. So we are weak. All we can care about right now is being fed, right? But if that basic need met, then people are gonna demand more things from the regime. So it is so, it's so painful to even say that. Like, I mean, so many people who went through rape, myself went through rape. Nothing was worse than being starved. Nothing, not even rape. Starvation is a torture. It's the harshest form of torture is a starvation. That is what he's doing. He's torturing 25 millions of human beings on purpose so he can be a god in this 21st century. That 30 missile test didn't happen. I mean, even without that test, Kim Jong-un has money to feed his people, but he doesn't. And now he's blaming the natural disaster and blaming the Western sanctions. That is what this guy doing. And with that, Kim Jong-un now saying he's willing to having a confrontation with the US because he knows Biden is so weak that he can bully him. And also he wants to have a dialogue, which means where like asking Biden to give him the lift of sanctions and helping Kim Jong-un. I just really hope that US doesn't getting into like by this trick that Kim Jong-un is playing. I just hope like American president knows that they don't have to be bullied by Kim Jong-un, this evil dictator. In this world, that if we cannot prevent 25 millions of human beings starvation, who are we as even humanity, right? Like, why we are here fighting for animals' rights, all these people, all these social justice warriors. Why nobody in this world now standing of starvation of North Korean people, the torture of this humanity. This is continuing, and we have the power to talk about it at least. And if we talk about human rights of North Korean people, if we do that, then Biden and any other government leaders gonna listen to us. That I think before we ask the politicians to care about human rights, we have to care about that first. Because politicians are gonna do whatever get them being voted and re-elected. So can we start that dialogue right now? I don't know why this news of starvation of 25 millions are making more news. Kim Jong-un admits that in the 90s, North Koreans, like in the northern part, 3 million died out of starvation. He publicly admitting it is happening again in North Korea. That mass starvation of death is happening, and this is not another major news in this world. How come this is not a breaking and main story of news? I know I feel frustrated, but I know that you guys are the ones, that unique people that care about human rights, that care about oppressed people, and know what is important in this world, and knows also how much power that our voices have. Please share this news with anybody you know, so people understand what is happening to the North Korean people, and also how we can change that is by talking about it, by raising awareness, so the politicians can act eventually. I will do everything I can at this point to talk about it, so hopefully Biden gonna listen and gonna talk to Kim Jong-un about feeding his own people and stop doing this nonsense of threats to other countries. And also, I think at this point Biden should not just keep getting bullied by Kim Jong-un and letting this dictator to play with him like this. Thank you guys for watching as always, and if you really support what I do, please join my Patreon, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.